So today I had biology, chemistry 2, paper 2.
Today I had my last exam for chemistry, which was paper 2.
So I've just done my chemistry paper for AQA.
So today was chemistry paper 2 GCSE Chemistry Paper 2.
Paper 2 for chemistry.
Chemistry paper 2.
I cannot believe what they have done to us.
Probably one of the best GCSEs.
Good. I forgot what phyto mining is. I don't even know what phyto mining was in the first place.
I literally think it was so good, so much better than paper 1, and I could answer all of the questions. There was a couple that I had to come back to, like atom economy, like that surely shouldn't be in the paper 2 because it should be in paper 1.
So it wasn't a really hard paper. I just expected it to have more of the things I revised because, okay, I revised yesterday. That's when I fully started looking at my notes. I'd done a lot of revision, so what I expected to come up about the earth, climate and things, it didn't come up. So I was like, okay, then this is weird. Paper 1 was easier than paper 2 for both biology and chemistry.
It went alright. It didn't go as good as the one that we did for mock, and I know that because that paper was a lot easier than one we just had to do. To label what an air was and what carbon dioxide and what oxygen were, elements and all that. It was just really straightforward. Towards the end there were some questions, but overall I'd give it a good 6 out of 10.
I'd say that the chemistry exam went pretty well. I'm quite happy now chemistry's over, and I think I've passed chemistry, which I'm so happy about because, not gonna lie, didn't know if I was gonna pass it, to be honest. It was the 1 markers and the tick boxes which I just didn't know what to put, and some of the maths was a bit hard.
That was not it. It's sorry, but no. No, no. Let's just say I failed. And if I didn't fail already, that's affected my grades so bad because nope.
It went really well, so much better than the first paper, which I'm happy about because I literally spent all of last night revising. The questions were good. Everything I revised was in the test, so that was great.
It went alright. I think it was it wasn't as hard as the biology 1 test, but it was quite hard. And there was just so much chemistry 1 in there. Really? That's chemistry 1? And AQA they played us. They really played us.
Guys, I do GCSE Edexcel Triple Science. I'm so happy everything that I revised came up, every single topic. All my calculations went very well.
I know the last 2-3 pages I probably messed up because they were really hard questions. But overall, I think I've gotten a pass.
The chemistry exam was probably the biggest mixed bag from all of the exams because the very first question about water just drove everyone mad. I could see everyone's faces in the exam and it was so confusing, especially the question that came about the Clark engine and nitrogen. That drove me mad. But everything else in the exam was pretty good, and then when I saw phytomining and bioleaching, I was so happy you don't understand.
I tell you what, I did foundation and it was still bad.
I did
It was
higher.
16 marks worth of maths. Carbon footprint question, that was a good question. I had to get extra paper, but I wrote waffle. Absolute waffle.
It went really well, and everything I revised came up. Everything about potable water, carbon footprints, everything came up. I was pretty happy with myself.
I thought that it went really well. So I was just going through it. Most of it you could guess with knowledge. I did foundation AQA. When I finished the exam, the head teacher came in and she finally told us that we had study leave, which I was ecstatic with. But anyway, the test was great and I'm just happy I don't need to go in school tomorrow.
I can't remember what DM cubed is.
Decimeters cubed.
See, I didn't know that. Honestly, that paper I feel made up for paper 1. Paper 1 was a travesty. It was awful. I feel a lot of the topics I wanted to come up came up. There were a few questions where I was a bit I don't really know what I'm doing. So I think I have salvaged how bad paper 1 went, and I actually do think I'm going to be on target to possibly getting a 6, which I do want in chemistry. I have a day off tomorrow and I'm just going to sleep and not think about physics all day.
Oof, it's the most mediocre exam I've ever done. It wasn't hard, it wasn't easy, it was just sort of meh. The 6 marker about global warming, that was quite nice of them.
I don't know why AQA Chemistry decided to put stuff from paper 1 in paper 2. Apart from that, the test was actually really good. There was one full marker which was a calculations and I just had no idea how to do it, so I completely guessed.
The paper was okay, there were some good questions and there were some bad questions. The good questions were just because they were quite simple. However, AQA decided to word some of them quite weirdly. There was a question about describe chromatography but without mentioning the experiment. Chromatography is an experiment.
I thought, frankly, that was quite terrible.
I was not appreciative of any of the questions. I found them all quite hard. We weren't told that the equations for paper 2, like for paper 1, would be in paper 2.
The maths questions didn't have a clue what they were going on about. There's one line in the spec about phytomining, and of course we get like a 4-mark question on it. I sacrificed watching Love Island last night to revise because I'm doing this for A level in September.
Just when I thought AQA was a blessing that the whole of science papers, yeah, chemistry comes along and ruins it all. That paper was so bad. I do GCSE AQA Chemistry Foundation paper, and it literally asked me about 80% of geography and about 20% of actual chemistry.
The exam went like alright. I mean, like a lot of the stuff I revised, like flame tests and like identifying ions came up, which I was happy with. But like the harbour process, I didn't really know that much about it. But it asked a lot of specific questions and stuff, and like I didn't really know what to put. So I kind of just had to guess all of those questions.
Ask me what the percentage of calcium in the Earth's crust. How am I supposed to know that?
I don't really know how I feel about it. It went okay. Like, you'd have to have revised to think the paper went well, which I did. And most of the stuff that I revised did come up, but it was like the harder things that I'd revised, so I'm kind of mixed about it, but I think I've got enough to get a 5, which I'd be happy with a 5 because I got a 3 in the mocks.
And it was the best science exam so far because I actually knew most of the answers. And the answers that I didn't know, I had a good go at, so hopefully my revision has paid off. I'm so happy to say I never have to do chemistry ever again.
I'm really happy with it. I'm so glad it's over. Like, I just can't wait to throw everything away.
There were questions that I got and questions that I didn't got. When a tablet gets dropped in that contains whatever it did, how you test with a metal rod, wire or whatever. When did we learn that?
Can we just talk about the beginning of that paper? It was such a blessing. The questions we were asked at the beginning, it was about making water safe to drink. To be honest, I'm just glad chemistry is done with.
Hoping in God, trusting in Him, so that I get a good grade. Test went very well. Paper was so old, like it was perfect.
That was the worst ever exam I've ever done. That was so bad.
And it doesn't really feel like my summer holiday because it's literally raining outside. Ignore this thing. But yeah, it's my summer holidays. I've loved filming my reaction every single day, and my channel is LOTTS, so go subscribe. Bye!
Exam time can be challenging. If you're finding it difficult to cope, follow the links in the description for information on the support available.